Okay, in the next step, we would check the oral evacuator, which is this instrument here. And the way we'd check that is we'd get a cup and fill it with some water, or put some water in it. A cup of water. And then I'd place the mouthpiece on it. Here's the on and off switch. Check it in the water. It'd be good. And then the next instrument we're gonna check is the small one here, which is the saliva ejector. We place the mouthpiece on it, on and off switch, check it in the water. If it's running okay, the next instrument we're going to check is the low speed handpiece, which is the smaller item here. And what we're gonna go ahead and do with the low speed handpiece is we place the low speed motor onto it and insert the rotary instrument into the handpiece and select air only on the rheostat. Here's the rheostat, and there's the button for it, or switch. And you'd select air only on the rheostat, and to check the air pressure and rotation of the rotary instrument, this is low speed, and here's the high speed. And for the high speed handpiece, what we'd go ahead and do is we'd insert the rotary instrument onto the handpiece and the coupling, and we'd select air on the rheostat. That's the rheostat. We select air on the rheostat, and we'd press the rheostat to check the air pressure and rotation of the instrument once it's all fully assembled. And then we then switch to the water on the rheostat. We'd switch to the water, and we'd hold the handpiece over the sink and check the flow. Over the sink, and we check the flow. Then the next step would be to check the dental light and make sure we align it with the chair. Here's the on switch, and we test to see if we will be able to dim it. There's it positioned directly to the mouth. This switch here is to dim it. On and off switch. And then next, we'd make our way over to the reception room and straighten the magazines and the children's area and unlock the patient's door to the office. There would be magazines there. Then the next step would be to turn on the communication systems and check the answering machine or the answering system and start the computer, unlock the files, and organize the business area, the customer files. And this would be the communication system and also the answering machine. And we'd start these computers up, unlock the files, and organize the business area. Then we'd post copies of patient schedules in designated areas throughout the office according to HIPAA regulations. And we are advised to put them where the customers can't see. For instance, say a customer is coming in, they'd walk directly to the treatment room. So we would just, right here would be a good area, out of sight. And then we'd go ahead and turn on all equipment in the film processing area and change the water in the processing tanks and replenish solutions if necessary. Okay, then we turn on all the equipment in the film processing area and change the water in the processing tanks and replenish solutions if necessary. Then the next step will be to remove PPE and wash hands and change into appropriate clinical clothing following OSHA guidelines, and review the daily patient schedule, and also prepare the treatment rooms for the first patient. Check supplies. We'd check the supplies. And place barriers. The barriers, one would go here. We'd place a bag over this instrument, the whole component, but we'd leave that one out. We'd place a barrier here, 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 our tray there, on each of the handles, the light switches, the armrest, and we'd also have our tray assembled here with the mouthpieces for these instruments. And then we'd go ahead into the sterilization room. And we turn on any sterilizing equipment and check solution levels, the autoclaves. And check the solution levels and prepare new ultrasonic and disinfectant solutions. And then anything that was left overnight. Here's the first stage of sanitation, and this would be the last. We will get everything from here, from overnight, and place it where it needs to go, and fix everything from the night before, and replenish supplies needed for the day. These would be the dirty ones, and these would be clean. And the way we'd know is this will glow red, and this one will glow green. And that'd be all.